You know as well as I do that deposing the lords alone won't solve all the world's problems.
Rinwell's right. We've gotten this far, haven't we? We can't just leave things unfinished now.
I guess? I mean, I didn't think we'd be singing around the campfire as soon as the wall came down, but still.
The fight isn't over just yet. At least not while Lenegis remains a threat.
I'm just sick of all this waiting. If they're gonna invade, why don't they get a move on already?
Stop that! Don't you think we've got enough problems as it is without you tempting fate? Spot something?
Oh, no. Just wondering if I could see any armored guards.
Armored guards? You mean Volron's soldiers?
The moment we defeated their lord, all those guys bolted out of there. And not just out of the castle either. The city, too. For better or worse, it was the guards who looked after the city's Dahnans. Without them, making Pillaging half-habitable again has been one big headache.
It's not like they were on their last legs. They could have chosen to stay and fight, but instead they ran away and disappeared without a trace.
But without a lord to follow, they can't have any place to go. Unless... You don't think they went to Lenegis, do you?
It's not completely out of the question. Though I'd say it's more likely they're biding their time somewhere, just waiting for the perfect moment to strike back at us.
The people here in Pillaging are nowhere near ready to defend themselves. Great. Another headache to worry about. Is it just me, or was today's dinner a little low on salt?
I felt that it was seasoned perfectly, so as to bring out the flavor of the ingredients.
Last taste buds are still like a kid's, so if his food isn't rich enough, I bet he doesn't feel like he's eaten anything at all.
Don't make fun of me! We all need salt in order to survive!
He has a point. You do lose stamina if you don't get enough salt in your body.
Yeah, I remember seeing people trying to lick the rocks back in Calaglia.
What? Why would anybody do that?
Sometimes you can find rocks out there that taste salty. They used to say it was because of all the tears we slaves shed.
Most likely, that was actually rock salt that they found. When our provisions ran low, Miguel would often bring some back for us to use. At the time, we used it because it's all we had. But now there's something hearty about rock salt I like. Even more than table salt.
Is it possible, perhaps, to find any rock salt in these parts?
It is. You have to know what you're looking for, but when I find any, I always break some up to refill our supply. The flavor even changes depending on what kind of terrain it comes from. Sometimes I end up collecting more than we need, just in case we like it.
Wow, Kisara's really serious about her salt.
You can always count on Kisara to be earnest. That's why we have to do our part and not add any more to her burden.
Okay, a lot of talking there. Main tower. But I don't have a fast travel. So we have to go back on doors. I really don't know now, is the game complete or just going to be more?
Search through this whole castle?
Oh, quit grumbling. This sort of stuff's old hat for us by now.
Yeah, you've got a point. But...
It's not going to take forever, Law, I promise. Let's just do what we came here to do and get out.
Yeah, this door. Oh, there is a guard. Yes, there is.
Very well.
Alright, you're clear, you can leave.
Well,
Somehow I'm both surprised and not surprised to see them here. So, you're the guys hoarding all the rations?
Pardon me.
What are you doing? Get back to your position. Excuse me? I'll only say it one more time, get back to your position. What is this guy's deal? Any slaves who disobey orders must be put to death. So says Lord Volran. Someone is these guys.
What the hell?
What's wrong here?
Realize who we are?
Doesn't seem that way. You must think we're just Dahnans from the town.
whatever's going on, these are Bull-Run soldiers. Watch yourself.
Ignite!
I was so far.
Begin! I can carve through defeat!
On my watch! Radiant! I'm ready!
Dragon form! I'll face you!
Piercing astral energy!
Can you take it?
Far enough!
Can't get out of fit!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
So it wasn't a Dahnan stockpiling the rations, it was some of Volran's soldiers hiding out inside his castle.
Yeah.
I'm not sure whether to be relieved or freaked out about it. What are you guys trying to accomplish? Are you out trying to get vengeance for Volran? What's going on here? Something's weird about all this. Are you men aware that Lord Volran is no longer around?
You don't say.
These soldiers seem to think only of the orders that were given to them. Their mind is completely blank otherwise, just like the Dahnans here. Looking back on it, I did feel like the soldiers we fought here before were mindless. If that's true, then they haven't been hiding out here. They've just been going about their business as usual. I guess so. Everyone here was Volran's slave, both Dahnans and Renans alike. That's the kind of realm he was running.
Well...
But that doesn't explain why all hell didn't break loose with these guys once Volran was gone like we've seen elsewhere. A month has passed since Volran vanished. It's entirely possible things may be starting to crumble at the fringes. But the fact that they haven't to any degree has allowed the soldiers to carry on as though it were business as usual. Whatever the reason, we can't just let the guys keep walking around. We should bring them into the barracks for the time being. I agree, but I don't know if they're going to come quietly. Listen to me carefully, man. I am Lord Dohalim Il Karas. I have an order for you. Lord Dohalim, but sir, we serve... Lord Volran has left his realm and is no longer its ruler. Therefore, in accordance with Renan law, you all must pledge your alliance to me. So expect us to serve you now? If you respect the Renan rule of law, then yes, that is precisely correct. Of course, we shall follow your orders.
Wow!
I can't believe that
So
worked.
then.
This should suffice for the time being. Let's bring these men into the barracks and then speak with Ganya once more.
I
Oh,
can't believe how quickly you got all those soldiers to obey you, Dohalim.
Actually, they were abiding Renan hierarchy.
a lot of reading there.
Not me personally.
Well, either way, it solved the problem, and that's what counts.
Yep.
I've talked to the soldiers and made it clear that they are to remain in line. Things should stay calm for the time being.
I know Renans tend to take authority extremely seriously, but you sure know how to throw your weight around as a former lord.
I only managed to get through to them because Volran's curse is lifting. but not to the extent that they can act independently as of yet. Considering we had other matters to attend to for the past month, we should consider ourselves lucky that nothing occurred during our absence.
But if they do start operating independently again, that's going to cause a whole new set of problems to deal with.
Indeed. Geneth Heros is unlike Menancia. Without intervention, they'll likely revert to oppressing the Dahnans as they were doing before.
Meaning there's still a lot of work to be done in this realm. Not that there aren't problems among the Dahnans, too.
Yes. There was no way to avoid the deep-seated conflicts that had festered here. But I just hate that we had to use your position as a lord to solve the situation, Dohalim.
Had I not intervened, yet more blood would have spilled here, and nobody wishes for that.
So, what's going to happen to the Renans here now?
Why do you ask?
We've stripped the soldiers of their armor and locked them up. They can't hurt you guys anymore. I promise.
So they're alive? They're not going to die?
What?
Those people deceived us. They did terrible, terrible things to us. They made us suffer. Long before you guys came along. For years and years and years. It was constant. Never stopped. Not even for a day. So many people died. Our parents, our children, our friends. They all died. They were murdered. And it was the Renans. The Renans were the ones who did it. They killed us. Why do they get to live after so many of us have died? The bastards should die! Every last one of them!
I know how you feel, Ganya. I used to be a slave, and I hated the Renans just like you. I took up the blazing sword to bring them down. But along the way, I've met many people and seen many things. People refusing the hand life dealt them. People who have lost loved ones, but are still trying to make this world a better place. People driven by hate who stopped before it was too late. And those who couldn't and paid with their lives. And I fought plenty of people who were all too happy to make others suffer. Believe me. But after a while, I came to realize that it's not the Renans who are our true enemies.
Then what the hell are we fighting if it's not them?
We're fighting against anyone who tries to take what doesn't belong to them.
But that's what these Renans are doing. How is that any different?
Because I judge everyone by their own actions. That goes for Dahnans too. Because at the end of the day, at the root of all evils committed is an individual who committed them.
You're right, Alphen. It seems like people are either blaming an entire race for one individual's sins, or an individual for everyone else's mistakes. But all that does is add more hate in a world that's already full of it. I want to help create a society where people can finally stop suffering and move beyond their pain. But if we try to do that with more violence, then we'll just end up right back where we started in the first place.
All right. Have it your way. I can't argue with the folks that helped us get back our ability to think and speak freely again.
Is that to say you trust us then?
I don't trust the Renans as far as I can throw them. I trust you guys because of who you are and what you've done.
Fair enough. We won't let you down, Ganya.
What's the matter, Kisara? Is something wrong?
Oh, no, nothing. It's fine, really. I'm just a bit worried about what'll happen to all these folks.
Right. It'll take time before they start thinking for themselves again.
Indeed, that is part of it. However, what I'm even more worried about is what will happen to them after that. What do you think they're going to want once they realize how cruel Volran was to them?
Probably revenge.
What happened to Ganeth
I think I
is the
sneezed
worst
with
form
my
of
mic
oppression
on.
we've seen. But treated cruelly or kindly, slaves will rise up.
Lenegis aside, there are still remnants of Renan supremacists scattered throughout Dahna.
You mean all that trouble we went through to get rid of the lords might just lead to more violence? That's the last thing I want to see happen.
Of course not. And if we don't do something to prevent it all from starting up again, there could be even more bloodshed for us to regret. There's still a lot we don't know about the Renan rulers. Whatever the face of truth behind their veil, it's on us to put a stop to them. But there is one thing that's clear. Whatever we do to finally end it, our motives can't be getting back at the Renans, or it'll all be for nothing.
So, what exactly is it that you're saying? That we should just act as if nothing happened?
Law's right. We can't expect everyone to just forget all the pain they've endured up until now. Not so easily, at least.
But we have to at least try to change course. We can't just keep allowing history to repeat itself like this.
Exactly. Look, I won't deny that between the crown contest and 300 years of oppression, there's a lot of bad blood between the Dahnans and the Renans. But all these problems are just too big for us to try to carry the burden on our own. We'll keep doing our part in the interim, but we need to take this one battle at a time.
Glad that work's taken care of.
I don't think we're done just yet. I want you all to stick around a little longer. There might still be people who need our help.
When you think about it, thinking for yourself can be a heavy responsibility at times.
Yeah, it's not like your mind will only ever think about good, happy things for one.
Maybe so.
Where are you going?
Since when do I need your permission to move around?
I wasn't saying that you do. Though I'm not sure why you're biting my head off about it either.
Oh, that's so typical of you. How can you be so relaxed about all this? At this very moment, the enemy is doing who knows what behind the scenes. And yet we're just sitting here twiddling our thumbs in Ganeth Harros.
I know that. But our hands are tied right now. What do you want me to do? And what's gotten into you anyway? Is there something you want to say to me, Shion?
Look, you're right. Forget I said anything.
If I said something to hurt you, I'm sorry. But I honestly don't know what I said to upset you so much. I really wish you would tell me.
You don't need to apologize. You didn't say anything. It's not your fault. It's not anyone's fault. Not really.
Then why?
Please just drop it. I don't want to talk about it.
All right. If that's what you want, I won't push any further.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. Just don't be too hard on yourself, okay?
What do we have here now?
No way! All right. Having to inform a mother her son died isn't an easy thing to do.
But if not us, then who? That's why we have to find her.
Sorry.
Yes,
All right.
How can she think of putting her son to rest as work?
Because that... the way people were made to think about every aspect of their lives.
I know she doesn't mean...
Oh. Better. Oh, I can make solid edge. Thank you. Oh my god, there are so many. Radiant light. I can make a radiant light. Radiant light part 2.
anything bad by it. I know that, but...
It looks like she went out of town to take care of her son's body.
That's a little concerning. There are Zoogles roaming around out there. We should follow after her.
Yes.
What?
Hmm? Hmm?
Okay, I will skip. That's nothing important.
I'm sorry.
Good. Right.
That little speech you gave back there was pretty impressive, Alphen.
If you call letting your emotions get the better...
And where is the inn?
Review impressive? Sure.
It made them stop fighting with each other, right? However you managed it. You knocked some sense into Rinwell and Dohalim, and that mother.
Yeah. I can see my decision to travel with you was well made.
think we've helped these people just about as much as we can. They're going to need more long-term aid than we can provide on our own.
Oh, we need CP. That's 9,000. Oh my god, I don't have money. What else should I sell?
You're right. We need to ask the other realms to send help. And fast. Another...
Let's rest and see what is happening.
What?
That planet over there. The red woman is there.
What's that noise?
Alvin, this is bad! Look at the sky!
Huh?
The sky is burning. What? That's a ship? What on earth is that?
What's happening to Rena and Lenegis?
It looks like Lenegis is transforming? But into what? What's going on?
How the hell are we supposed to fight the Renans if they're packing that kind of arsenal?
It seems they've broken their silence at last. My concern is that object they've dropped into the water. It's as if they're driving a literal wedge into Dahna.
Not just into Dahna, but her own resistance, too. And what's with that beam of light coming down from above? Got any idea what that could be?
Astral energy.
Are you serious? All of that is astral energy? But that...
It's a lot for sure. Not even all the astral energy harvested by every lord combined compares to that column.
They're trying to squeeze every last bit of energy out of the planet.
But why? I thought they only needed to harvest astral energy as part of the crown contest.
Who cares? If we don't stop it now, the whole of Dahna is going to be hollowed into oblivion.
Oblivion.
Do you think that red woman is behind this?
It certainly wouldn't surprise me. Just as the Sovereign, the Maiden, and all 5 Master Cores are gathered in one location, she appears out of nowhere bearing a 6th core. She then forces the 2 of you to help her assemble the Renis Alma. Just what kind of person is this woman?
You mean you don't know her?
Pardon?
She was there at your palace, wasn't she? I figured you knew who she was.
Are you saying I should be familiar with this woman?
Well, sure. I remember seeing her with you back at Adelina Palace several times. Everyone in the guard always wondered who she was.
Now that you mention it, I remember seeing her with Balsif, too. You saw her, right, Shion? Shion?
Oh, sorry, I drifted off. As far as I remember, the first time I saw her was when we ran into her in Pillaging.
Seriously? How could you two not notice her before? She sticks out like a sore thumb.
I guess I always figured she kept an eye on the lords for the Renin top brass.
You're sure you don't remember ever seeing her before?
I'm certain of it. My memory has never failed me.
But if it's not that, then...
We'll get to the bottom of this later. Right now, that wedge is a bigger concern.
Well, what are we gonna do then? We're not gonna be able to leave Ganeth Haros until we come up with a plan, right?
Cislodia lies beyond the northern mountain range.
Yeah, but we haven't found a single route through those mountains while we've been here. And we haven't gotten clues from any of the freed locals either.
Surely there must be a way through. This realm can't have been completely isolated from the rest of the outside world for 300 years. Volron may have simply sealed and hidden it.
Okay, then let's try asking the townspeople again if they know anything. Who knows? We might have missed something the first time around.
Sounds good to me. Better that than trying to build a boat from scratch. Let's start searching.
That must be Rena's true power.
I imagined there would be something, but not to this extent.
What's gonna happen now?
We ask around. Let's do what we can.
Hey,
So the game is not
when
complete.
that wedge dropped down on Dahna, did anyone else see any weird lights shoot out with it?
Indeed. As I recall, it was 4 lights, each one a different color and going in a separate direction.
I bet the whole of Dahna's losing its mind right about now.
And just when we'd finished liberating all the realms. So much for things getting somewhere close to normal.
It's too calculated. As if whoever's behind all this was watching us.
The people of Pillaging seem pretty unfazed given the circumstances.
They've yet to get the full range of their emotions back. Maybe it's for the best. Can you imagine the panic otherwise?
Yeah, we wouldn't have been able to leave. That's for sure.
Whatever Lenegis is planning, it's a fair bet this wedge they've sent down is just the beginning.
Even now, they're stealing away Dahna's astral energy as we speak. Come on. We don't have much time.
Yeah, this dude doesn't know anything.
Where are these Foreland Mountains exactly?
Those are the mountains you encounter if you walk.
Oh, okay. This way. And there is a fast travel already. We've been there. Yeah.
Armored soldiers!
Some of Volron's former guards.
Let's take them out quick before things get messy.
Oh, glory unto Volron!
Lay down your arms and no one has to get hurt.
Silence! Traitors like you shall never walk free!
I knew you were stubborn, but you don't have to be so damn dramatic.
Come and face me. Time to let it rip.
I can carve through.
I don't know what I'd do without you. I really don't.
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Well done! Your dreams!
I'm not done!
In a bind.
Lightning condemned! Searing flame! Illuminate the back!
Can you take it?
Astral
That's my cue!
Shut him down. Dragon Swarm! Not today!
Let me help!
Dragon Swarm! Hitting pile driver!
Wind astral energy! Illuminate the dark!
Ready
Go, holy glimmer! Astral energy!
Say no more.
What's with the hole here? Is that supposed to be their hideout?
It doesn't look like it's freshly dug, whatever it is. Maybe it's the entrance to a path to Cyslodia.
When I first came here, that hole wasn't there.
Everything all right?
Hmm? Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Let's go.
That astral energy was incredible.
I gave it everything I had.
This place is rather gloomy.
Why don't you
Okay.
lighten the mood for us while we're here then?
I'll see what I can do.
Okay, I'm going to save here, and that will be for today. I have to run to work, so thank you so much for watching. Take care and bye bye.